We're very excited for the Uromigos meeting, the second meeting live that we had a great experience last year in Nashville. We're going to live that experience again and even have exciting data. We're going to be actually meeting after the ESMO annual meeting, and there will be plenty of interesting data, I think, at ESMO this year. So looking forward to discussing with my colleagues and friends, experts in bladder cancer, about the exciting data that we may see at ESMO from various clinical trials. Obviously, there is a lot going on in the field. We have ongoing trials across the spectrum of bladder cancers, disease spaces and therapy settings. There is significant interest in metastatic urothelial carcinoma. We have seen a press release from the Checkmate 901 sub-study with Gemcis-Nivo versus Gemcis. We have to see the actual data whenever that time comes. And obviously, there are other ongoing trials in the field, and we're waiting for the data. There is also significant effort on biomarker work and some interesting manuscripts that have been published recently regarding molecular subtypes, potential prognostic or predictive biomarker, as well as the identification of new therapeutic targets. I think the field of antibody drug conjugates is very hot. There's so much going on. Obviously, we have enfortumab vedotin, sacituzumab govitecan already approved, but we have to see the follow-up data as well as new ADC data, for example, anti-HER2. Overall, very excited about the discussion, and I think will be really, really timely at the heels of the exciting, as we expect, ESMO annual meeting. It's amazing to hear the Uromigos podcast. It's so insightful, so educational, and so much fun. It's hard to, discern one favorite guest. All of the people who participated are amazing, are superstars, and they contribute significantly to the educational content and the really, really interactive discussion. I think the hosts, Brian and Tom, are fantastic, and they create a fantastic dynamic. We can all agree that, this interaction can add significantly to the fun element of the podcast, and definitely contributes to a great discussion. I think the different styles that Brian and Tom has, I think it's really, really evident, and I think they complement each other so well. And they, as I mentioned, create an environment where the guest feels very welcome and can contribute ideas and honest thoughts. I think Uromigos is about just being, upfront and being speaking your mind, as I say, just dissect the data and bring out the critical points and the practical implementations. So I think overall is a wonderful podcast, as evidenced by the thousands of the attendees and the audience. And I think that the second live meeting will take it even to the next level. It was so much fun. I think the entire live meeting was fantastic, both the scientific content and the social agenda. Obviously, there was so much to discuss in a short amount of time. In the bladder cancer session, we had a very vivid and lively discussion. And we had this attempt to have a real-time social media interaction. I love that part. I think it added some really, really active live feedback from the social media, and even having the opportunity to answer questions in a short amount of time and try to predict the future, as we try to do with a slide, predicting what will happen 5 years from now. It was really, really fun, as well as the moment with the buzzers that reminded me of the medical Jeopardy days back in the day. So that was really fun to do, and I'm looking forward to more interactions, discussions, and of course, learning together with my friends and colleagues in the second live Uromigos exciting meeting.